Breaking news out of Florida. After all the talk and speculation surrounding Ron DeSantis, the Florida governor is finally expected to announce his 2024 presidential run tomorrow night on, wait for it, Twitter. SpaceX founder Elon Musk will help launch DeSantis' presidential campaign into orbit. That's what the script says, not my words. With DeSantis using Musk's platform of 140 million plus followers on Twitter is a way to gain momentum over former President Donald Trump in the GOP primary. Donald Trump is yet to return to Twitter after being reinstated by none other than Elon Musk. Welcome to The Hill on NewsNation. I'm Leland Vittert with our panel. Bob Cusack, editor-in-chief at The Hill. Carrie Sheffield, senior fellow at the Independent Women's Forum. Scott Bolden, former D.C. Democratic Party chairman. And we begin with NewsNation's Kelly Meyer on the trail in Miami. Kelly, you go down for this big announcement. We all expect a huge speech and on and on and on. And instead, you get a beautiful day on the balcony in Miami. And you don't even have to go to early sweeps or anything at 3 p.m. for a 6 p.m. announcement.
Yeah, when we get here and we hear it's happening on Twitter, but we are just a few blocks down the road from where this donor meeting is happening tomorrow at the Four Seasons Hotel. Top donors coming in, and he really has to enter the race before he can solicit donations for his presidential campaign. So this timing of all this is what we were expecting, as you were saying basically there, but we weren't expecting maybe that it was going to be in this unconventional way happening on Twitter of all places, in Twitter Spaces, which is that live audio function of Twitter, and happening in a conversation with someone like Elon Musk. Like, as you said, he has 140 plus followers. He's long supported DeSantis, so to speak, but not officially come out to endorse him just yet, potentially, though this may be a sign that that could be on the way. It's going to be hosted by David Sachs. He's a tech entrepreneur, a friend of Musk's and a DeSantis ally. But even though we were saying Musk, supports DeSantis, he's going to be doing this event with him. He just tweeted about South Carolina Senator Tim Scott on Friday and supporting him in his efforts to enter the race. And as we know, he launched his presidential campaign from South Carolina. Now, after this event, we're looking around a launch video to be happening. We also were made aware of this website that they launched, rondesantis.com. That launched this afternoon. It's a little dark there, but you can see that there's an alligator peering out of the water and looking around. That is the sign of this campaign official website to come. That's the only data that's on there right now. He also changed his handle from Ron DeSantis Florida FL to just Ron DeSantis. So another peak that something was looming and on the way. What's interesting though too is DeSantis really entering the race here, even though it's entering this growing GOP field. We've been long talking about him entering, as well as he's seen as this most formidable challenger to Trump. And then he's doing this in a space that really is Trump's former platform or preferred platform, Twitter. So in a way, he's somewhat jabbing back at him as well. And really, Trump has been going after DeSantis even before he entered the race. He's been talking about him for the last several months. And we also learned that he spent more on DeSantis than he did on the entire 2022 midterms. We also heard from a Trump advisor telling us just after Ron DeSantis said that he was going to be making this announcement on Twitter, that basically he's doing this on Twitter, the Trump advisor says, so he doesn't have to interact with the people or the media hitting at him for what Trump has been calling him, saying he's not charismatic enough, he's not personable enough to be a presidential candidate and to be president. So hitting back at him there just as he announces he's going to basically enter the race with this soft launch. Now, you mentioned a more official setting, Leland, as what we were thinking. That may be coming still. There may still be a sort of kickoff launch event. What we're hearing is it may happen in Dunedin, his hometown, where he grew up and spent much of his childhood on the other side of Florida. We could be seeing something like that happening in the coming days. But right now, it's this soft launch, as they're calling it, his announcement happening in this unconventional place on Twitter, and as this donor meeting happens down the road. Leland?
All right, Kelly Meyer, thank you very much from Miami. We'll be following the governor as well through the weekend. We hear also a possible swing through Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina next week after Memorial Day. Bob Cusack, to you. something feels like it has to drastically change for Ron DeSantis before he becomes sort of a viable possible nominee.
Yeah, I mean, a long way to go, but he's had a rough 2023. And overall, I think this announcing on Twitter is a little strange. I don't know if it's a man of the people kind of move, but at the same time, President Trump used Twitter to become president, basically. So, listen, I think he's got some work to do. He's got to come out swinging, but this is a heavyweight fight, and fasten your seatbelts.
Now, my read on the Twitter announcement is he's trying to do what Tucker did because there's this, fight going on. So he says he's going to Twitter. So this is Ron's way of saying I'm with Tucker. And I think that's what he's trying to signal from my view.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.